as much as I love seeing you in the underworld movies, I love seeing you in stuff like this.
Oh, thank you, me too.
Where did Joanne come from for you?
I don't know. I feel like she's a really bright, vulnerable woman who's had, you know, certain disappointments and things happen, and she's at a moment in her life where she wasn't really expecting to be here, and she's kind of, you know, she's sort of at sea. They all are. All the characters in this movie are at a moment in their life where they kind of didn't think they'd be doing what they're doing, or they thought they'd be doing something else. And I just think that's a lovely moment to have a movie happen when everyone's there.
I feel like this is, and I was telling Jeff this, I feel like this, there's a lot of movies now, especially through Amazon, that you're seeing kind of a return to that 70s style.
Yeah.
And I feel like this especially.
Yeah, very much.
The city, New York, everything, even the characters feel flawed. They're not. Was that what attracted you to it?
Yeah, it was, and also it's, you know, when you hear about sort of the bare bones of the movie, it could be played as a kind of rather arch or sort of morality tale, and it's not. It's human beings being human and not necessarily being that great at it or doing it perfectly. And you know, it's kind of a small story, but it's big things, and I really like that.
What I loved about your character specifically is that she is not portrayed as a villain or the bad guy. Which I think technically the mistresses usually are.
Yeah, and I think that was really important to me. And when I first got the script was so beautiful. She was a little bit more opaque, and I felt really strongly that, you know, here we are in 2016 at the time. I know people who've had an affair with a married man. I know people who have. They're not bad people. Do you know what I mean? I mean, we all know but at least 3 people who've done it, who are dear friends, who, you know, whatever. And I think it's very easy to kind of have a trope of some kind of sexually rapacious woman who's got no morals and is cynical, and she didn't feel like that, and that didn't fit in this movie at all. And so I was really, really interested in making that a human being who sort of ended up here and is torn herself. You know, we can be making some morally questionable choices and be aware that we are and be tortured over it. But I think that's an interesting story. I think that's a, you know, important human thing.
I think that's absolutely. I've been thinking a lot about that because I think we as human beings make mistakes all the time.
We do, and yet we have, especially nowadays, it feels like such a rush to kind of knee-jerk judge, and it's never like that. It's always much more messy than that. You know, like usually in any kind of argument or any relationship problem, it's never like there's a bad guy. It's always a bit grey, and that's what I like about this movie, is that it lives there in those things of going, these are good-hearted people. These are decent people who are trying, and yet dramatically shit things happen that, you know, you could go, oh, you're a terrible person, to Pierce, to me, to Callum's character, you know, all of us actually, but they're not. So I like that that's the sort of central conundrum really of the movie.
How much of that is Mark?
A lot of it is Mark. A lot of it is Alan. Alan wrote a really interesting script, he really did, but Mark is also the perfect person to do this movie. He's got this, you know, for a director, he's got such a kind of incredible vulnerability and lack of cynicism that he kind of creates this vibe on the set that everyone is in, and that's really unusual and really special and was perfect for this movie.
New York has lost its soul.
Oh, he's decided to hate where he's from.
There's a John Varvatos where CBGB's used to be.
It's true.
New York's most vibrant neighborhood at the moment is Philadelphia.
W.F. Jarrett just moved into 2B.
Huh. Thomas Webb.
Why so troubled, Thomas?
I'm having a bad day.
What's her name?
Well, I'm crazy about you.
I'm crazy about you,
But don't say as friends.
Why? Why is that so bad?
What you need to do, just make her afraid of something more than being with you.
Which is?
Not being with you.
How am I supposed to do that?
Let life take over, find a window and pounce.
What's my father doing here?
Who's he with?
I don't know. It's about my mother.
That's her. The other woman.
Excuse me, you don't know who I am.
Yes, I do.
You do?
You're the boy who follows me. You're also Ethan's son.
You think you're gonna steal him away from my mother? You can get any man you want in this city.
Could I get you?
What? She's not like anyone I've ever met.
People do things all the time without realizing.
Yeah, what am I doing?
You're trying to make love to me.
I'm trying to make love to you.
Were you?
What kind of a question is that?
She's a beautiful woman.
She's sleeping with my father.
You're being really obvious.
You're an innocent, Thomas, and you've got no idea how the world works.
I know some things.
Like what?
Did you sleep with her?
Why do you care?
In life, what is it that you want?
Is there anything I should know? Anything you want to tell me?
You want something more here.
Something more what?
Provocative.
Things have gotten messy.
You are just like them. They won, Thomas.
I want to bail, but I can't.
Well, then you know. The only way out is through.
Life's random as it is deliberate. Funny as it is tragic. Yours is no exception.
The only little boy